Bali is a province of Indonesia and the westernmost of the Lesser Sunda Islands. East of Java and west of Lombok, the province includes the island of Bali and a few smaller neighboring islands. To many people, Tanah Lot epitomizes the romantic island of Bali. Tanah Lot means land in the sea, a perfectly fit name for its unique offshore settings. The silhouette of Pura Tanah Lot is one of the most popular iconic features of Bali. Imagine the image of a Balinese temple, Pura, perched high on the rock, facing the wide open ocean. With the crashing waves below and the dramatic colors of the dusk sky as background, lit by the slowly disappearing sun. Tanah Lot is located in Tabanan, only around 30 kilometers away from Denpasar. The best time to visit Tanah Lot is during Odalan, which is celebrated every 210 days. The rituals usually takes place near the Galungan and Kunungan festivities on the holy day known as Buddha Simang Langkar. On this day you will see rows of Balinese women gracefully carrying offerings on their head to pray at the temple of Tanah Lot. The tourist area of Tanah Lot near the rock is very well managed for visitors. It has a parking area, toilets, art shops, restaurants, hotel, open stage, tourist information center, security and safety services. Mount Batur is an active volcano located at the center of two concentric calderas northwest of Mount Agung on the island of Bali, Indonesia. The eruption that brought this volcano to be visible above the ocean is one of the most forceful across the Earth. This volcano is marked by a collapsed top, called a caldera. Mount Batur climb is best to do at sunrise, so it does require you to wake up at an ungodly hour and be up at the peak of the mountain before sunrise. But I must tell you, it's worth it. The caldera contains an active, 700-meter-tall stratovolcano rising above the surface of Lake Batur. The first documented eruption of Batur was in 1804, and it has been frequently active since then, most recently in 2000. The substantial lava field from the 1968 eruption is visible today when viewed from Kintamani, a town on the southwest ridge of the caldera. The temperature and climate will be different from one night to the next and also changes throughout the hike. I would recommend wearing comfortable leggings or shorts, something you would typically wear to work out. By far the most important thing to wear is proper trainers or hiking shoes. Bring a sweater or hoodie for the cooler moments in the hike, probably at the beginning and at the summit. Throughout the hike itself you will probably remove these outer layers. Across the valley there's an even higher volcano, Gunung Agung, the most sacred mountain and highest point on the island. Hikers regularly make a similar sunrise trek up Agung. One of Bali's 6 key temples, Uluwatu Temple, locally known as Pura Luhur Uluwatu, with luhur meaning something of divine origin, is one of the most popular spots if you're embarking on a cultural journey of the region and provides a true slice of Balinese culture. It's renowned for its magnificent location. Perched atop a steep cliff approximately 70 meters above the crashing ocean below, it makes for the most beautiful backdrop at sunset. There's plenty of space to park on the outskirts of the temple, but a private and arranged charter is highly recommended as there is no official public transportation to get to and from the site, and traveling back to your hotel will be difficult without any pre-arranged ride or taxi, especially if you plan on staying for sunset. Enter and traverse into the forest where you'll find an abundance of native monkeys. In local culture, they are believed to guard the temple against bad influences, but in reality, they're the ones that are prone to bad habits. The Ubud Monkey Forest is home to over 700 gray long-tailed macaques. Also known as the Sacred Monkey Forest of Padandagal, this natural sanctuary has paved pathways through a leafy nutmeg forest as well as several ancient temples under dense foliage. It's a popular wildlife reserve in Bali thanks to its community-based management, location and ease of access. The Ubud Monkey Forest is known for its conservation efforts. Research and studies are regularly carried out for observing the monkey's health, diet, and breeding habits. You can see these playful primates in their natural habitat, swinging through canopies, and feeding on bananas. The forest also has several ancient temples with guardian statues covered in moss. Pop relics and statues are under dense foliage with little sunlight, resulting in a mysterious and ancient vibe. Banyan tree roots hanging over shadowy dragon staircases offer exotic photo opportunities. You can also find Pura Beji, an ancient bathing temple located northwest of the main site of Ubud Monkey Forest. The temples in Bali and monkeys have an old connection. Almost inside every temple you go, you will find these brats pulling shenanigans on the trees, but these monkeys are generally very nice. So, if you are wondering which all temples in Bali with monkeys are, then you have come to the right place. Any temple located close to a forest or an ocean cliff will have monkeys wandering around the premises of the temple. However, if there is any conflict between the group of monkeys, that cannot be avoided. These temples in Bali with monkeys are a way to teach us how to coexist in nature with other animals in peace and harmony. There are many gorgeous rice fields all over Asia, but what makes the Balinese rice terraces so unique is the Subak irrigation system, which even made it to the UNESCO World Heritage Sites list. The Subak system is a manifestation of the Trihita Karana philosophy that is part of the Balinese culture. This philosophy is intertwined in almost every aspect of everyday life in Bali, from Balinese architecture and daily offerings and rituals to the Subak water system. The fertile soil of Bali combined with the humid tropical climate is a match made in heaven for agricultural crops. All of these crops are watered with the help of the Subak system, which combines spiritual, natural, and social elements. The members of the Subak manage the water supply for the farming community to provide enough water for rice and other crops for the Balinese community's welfare. It is, in fact, one of the most effective methods in the world for managing rice crops. The Subak system consists of canals and weirs through which the water from natural springs flows through Bali's water temples and from there to the rice fields. Due to the social democratic aspect of the Subak system, between 50 to 400 representatives of different Balinese communities jointly help to manage the water flow in Bali. Set within the highlands of the mountainous Bedugal Regency in Bali, atop a plateau that sits on Lake Bariton, stands the majestic Ulandanu Temple. In the mild, mountain weather, approximately 1,500 meters above sea level, the air is crisp and cool. The stunningly clear lake is calm and almost perfectly still, save for the soft breeze that occasionally sweeps across, creating tiny ripples upon its surface. A thin mist rises from the lake and hangs in the air, surrounding the temple, giving it a somewhat surreal appearance. Pura Ulandanu was built in adoration of the goddess Danu. Danu, in the Balinese tongue, means lake, while the goddess Danu is queen of water, lakes and rivers. The temple complex consists of 4 sacred buildings. Lingapura stands 3 levels high, and is a place of worship to the god Shiva. Pura Punkak Manga stands 11 levels high, and was built in dedication to the god Vishnu. Pura Teratai Bang is the main temple, and Pura Dalam Purva is built in worship to Sanghyang Widi. This last temple is also a site for those who pray for fertility, prosperity and well-being. The area surrounding the temple is believed to have been a site of worship and center for religious rituals since the megalithic period. To the left of the temple lies a sarcophagus as well as a stone slate that are dated to around 500 BC.